Summer is officially here, y'all. It's hot. It's like gross hot. Like humid hot. Not a fan. But I am excited about a few things. I'm going to show you some books that I got. I got a letter in the mail from my representative from the House of Representatives regarding my expression for the support for gun safety and gun control. So make sure that you guys are reaching out to your reps. There's that. And then I got a couple of packages in the mail. I got a Juvia's Place package. I know what this is and I'm so excited. I've been waiting like 2 weeks for it. And then I got Ipsy bag, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't subscribe to Ipsy. They sent me a thing because they know I like makeup, and joke's on me, this is my neighbors. So apparently my UPS or my postal service guy needs to retake his geography assessment because this ain't me. But I was excited about it for a second. Hello everyone, Christina Marie here. Welcome back to my channel. This is the first video I am filming since coming back from New York. It is the middle of June, so I've been back for like 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks now, and I just haven't been in the mood to film, so I took some time. I just am beyond overwhelmed with just the response from the panel, and I'll have a separate video for that. That's not what this video is about. But thank you guys so much for your support. Those of you who attended the panel, those of you who tweeted about it and posted Instagram stories and just came up to me afterwards and shared your stories and your experiences. It was everything. It was beyond what I thought it would be. So thank you for that. If you didn't get a chance to see the panel because you weren't able to make it to BookCon, check my description down below. I have linked the footage that I uploaded of the panel. I got 95% of the panel in that video down below. Make sure you click the link if you want to see that panel. But today I wanted to do a BookExpo BookCon Q&A. A couple of weeks ago I asked you guys what questions you have regarding the whole experience, because you know, while things were great, things were also not so great, and there were just a little bit of confusion. So I am like, hey, I can answer what I can, but also I just like to know what you guys want to know. Like, what are some of the things you're focusing on when you attend events like this? So I have all the questions here from my Twitter thread that I will go through, and I'll try and answer as many as I can before this video gets insanely long, because I do have to edit it, and that's the part that I hate doing. But before I get started, I do want to show you guys some of the books that I got. I actually got 3 books at BEA. I got nothing at BookCon. But 2 of the books that I got were actually for other people. So I only have 1 book, and it's right here, and this is the book that I wanted actually, and this is the book Slay by Brittany Morris. This is her debut novel. This is what I was waiting on, and I was so glad that 1, I got to meet her, and 2, I got a copy. But I didn't get a copy from her. Zoe, my lovely, lovely, lovely Zoe, gave this to me when she realized that I didn't have a copy. And it wasn't that I didn't pursue it, it's just that it was hard for me to remember to go, but also it was just hard for me to, you know, gear up mentally to just go forth and be on the convention floor. So I was talking to her and Kat, and Zoe was like, here, take this. And so Zoe, I love you, thank you so much, you're the best human, and I can't wait to read this. Then I got this book sent to me from Scholastic. Excuse me. Woo! It says Truly Madly Royally by Debbie Rigaud. I don't know. But I got this sent to me, which I'm really, really pumped about. Apparently everybody's been really loving this story, and they were wanting to read it. And so when it got sent to me, I was like, yeah, okay, now I want to read it. So I was pumped about that. The next few things I got, I purchased with my own monies. This one right here, I just happened to see in Half Price Books, and it is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Jeez, I'm horrible with names and I'm sorry. Apparently is this like a bisexual thing? I don't know. Or gay, I don't care. LGBT. I'm all about it. Happy Pride Month, and I'm just really pumped to finally have this book because I've heard nothing but great steamy things, so I'm all about it. And then of course I finally bought my copy of Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robin Wasserman. I don't know why it took me so long to get this. I still haven't read Queen of Air and Darkness, you guys, and it's because I'm scared. That's why I haven't read it. But I have this one finally. At some point I will read Queen of Air and Darkness. I'm literally petrified. And then the final book that I got is Let Me Hear a Rhyme. And this is Tiffany D. Jackson's new release here. I love this cover. This cover is stunning. It's beautiful. This is me. This reminds me of me. And I'm just all about this urban theme for this cover. And once again, Tiffany D. Jackson is bringing forth an amazing story, and I'm really excited to experience it. But that is not what this video is about. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna get to these questions. So I don't know how many questions I have, but I will try and answer as many as I can, and I will say the name of the person who asked the question. So, all right, let me brighten my screen here. Okay, so you guys know me. I'm always honest. I'm always real. I don't sugarcoat. That's not what I do. My head wrap is being silly. It's because I didn't make it tight enough, but I have a slight allergy headache, so I didn't want to be crazy with it, but I'm playing around with it too much. Anyway, so I'm going to answer these questions to the best of my abilities. If I don't know the answer, I'll let you know that. And I might, refer you to somebody else that I think might know the answer. But anyway, okay. So this first question is from Steffi Reeds. So at Steffi Reeds on Twitter. Her question is, when should someone start preparing to attend? What was your experience like this year versus other years? Okay, so this is my second Book Expo this year and my third BookCon. My first BookCon was when it used to be one day long, and it was in Chicago like a few years ago. I went there for the first time. That one was okay. The thing for me is each year is different, and I will say in comparison to last year, I think this year was better in terms of content. If you guys know the story about why I ended up even getting a panel this year, it's a long journey. I was upset with some things that happened at BookCon and Book Expo last year, and I was very vocal about it. But anyway, I do think each year is just different. It's hard to compare them, but I am comparing them in a sense of I felt better holistically this year than I did last year. When should someone start preparing to attend? I think that's a really hard question to answer simply because I don't prepare to attend. I find that I am happier and a lot less stressed when I don't prepare. Like, I don't know what arcs are being released. I don't know what days. I just go there to experience the environment. I like meeting up with my friends. I like being surprised. That's just how I do it. But honestly, the answer I think is a little generic because some publishers and some organizations will release like their arc drops a couple days before the event, or a few weeks before, or a month before, or whatever. I just advise following Book Expo on social media and BookCon on social media and just staying on top of it that way. That's typically what I do, so I can at least know, be aware that it's time to start, planning, the trip. I hope that kind of helps. The next question is from Amber. Did you like attending BookExpo or BookCon more this year? Why? What about the past year? So similar to before, I liked it better this year. And it's a mixture of me being a little bit more mentally prepared, but also I think the content this year was a little bit better. Last year, I just didn't, I was hypersensitive to being able to fit in, and I just didn't feel like I was able to last year. This year, I think it's just a little bit different. I'm older. Because last year was my first year at BookExpo, I was able to kind of figure out how to navigate it a little bit more this year. I think everyone's first year at BookExpo is chaotic because you really don't know what to expect. I could tell you, a list of 20 things to prepare for, but you won't really be prepared until you actually just experience it. And I think that because I've experienced it, I can adapt each year. So I do think this year was better, but it has to do with the content, but also just me being better prepared. Next one, Caitlin. This is from Caitlin Venice. Hi, Caitlin. Would love to hear as much as you can share about your panel. How did it come together? How involved were you in shaping it? What was it like, etc.? This is a good question. The panel was literally 100% me. I got a call from the folks at BookCon, and they pitched an idea. And the idea was, hey, we want you to curate a panel. Are you up for it? And I'm like, okay, give me what's the concept? And they're like, whatever you want. So it was literally just my brainchild from start to finish. It was, I had to find the balance of not overworking myself, because creating that panel isn't my job. I have a job, but I had to still make sure that I was giving my all and really trying to filter my heart and my passion and my intention through this panel. And then I wanted to make sure I found like-minded people who could share in the vision that I had for this panel and who could help elevate it and help me deliver a panel that I was envisioning. And I think I did that. I really do. I'm incredibly proud of it. I came up with the title. I came up with the blurb. I came up with who I wanted to invite. I extended the invitations. I formulated the questions. I organized everyone's passes. Like, I did all of it. Like, I did everything. And I am that person that likes to be in control. So I didn't have any problem with it. I was just very careful about who I invited into the space, because this was my heart and this was my passion being put on display. And this was an opportunity for me to say a lot of things that I've been wanting to say in a public arena. So, and then we freaking sold out the panel. Like, not sold out, but it was packed. Like, it was full. So I think about it and I get emotional. So it was awesome, and I was 1,000% involved. Like, it was all me, all of it. Toot toot, my own horn. Next question is from Rachel at Ray the Force, and the question is, how large does one's platform have to be in order to be accepted for BEA? That is a question I cannot answer. For multiple reasons. One is, I applied last year and I don't even think I had 8,000 subscribers last year, and I got in, and I didn't apply this year because of the panel. But there are people who have 10,000 subscribers who have been in. There are people who have 100,000+ and they get in, and there are people who have 100,000+ who don't get in, and there are people who have 5,000 who do get in or don't get in. I don't know the criteria. I really, really, really don't know the criteria, unfortunately or fortunately, simply because I don't pay that much attention, and I don't even know if BookExpo knows what their criteria is. I'm gonna be real. But that unfortunately is a question that I can't answer. I really don't even think anyone knows. I really don't. But feel free, if anyone who does know the answer, to comment down below and just start a discussion about it, because I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't. I'm sorry, that's not helpful. Next question is from Jillian at Grouchy03. What was the process of creating and being on a panel like? Was being a featured guest more stressful than being an attendee? What would have made it better or easier? I already answered what was the process of creating and being on a panel like. It was great. It was stressful. Maybe because I was a panelist and the curator of the panel, so I was wearing two hats. But it wasn't, I had to compartmentalize. I didn't really allow myself to think about the panel until the day of the panel. Like, I didn't write my questions until 1 a.m. the morning of my panel. Like, because I knew that my BookExpo and BookCon experience would, would influence the questions that I wanted to ask. So I decided to just wait, and I'm glad that I did. Was being a featured guest more stressful than being an attendee? That's a good question. Not necessarily for me, because I'm not at a level where anything will really impact me in terms of how I enjoy my experience. I'm a featured guest, yes, but I'm doing one panel on the last day of the event, and I'm not really that known. I'm not really known, so I could just roam freely and do whatever the heck I wanted. But I did like having the option of going to a green room or going to a room where I could just detox and be away from the crowd. So that part I loved. What would have made it better, easier? I don't really think anything was difficult for me this year. I really, really don't, outside of just peopling a lot. So there was really nothing that I can think of at this point in time that would have made it easier or better, because I think I had a better time this year than I did last year. All right. At Chem in 1999, what should you bring to the convention floor? Water, money, your wallet, your ID, your things like that, and a bag for your books for sure. Flat shoes, yo. I learned my lesson from last year. Last year I thought I was cute. I was going to be walking in these little cute wedge sandals. No, babe. No. I had flats on the entire time. Except for my panel. But I was sitting. Can I go by myself? You can, but I don't recommend it. I would say just go with maybe one other person. Just having somebody to be with amongst the chaos. It's comforting. It really is. You can go by yourself. Absolutely. You can do what you want, girl. Do you go, Glen Coco. But do I recommend it? Not really. You want like maybe one person to sit with you in those lines, Is it okay with self-promo? If so, how do I do it? Yes, you can self-promote. Absolutely. The thing is, you're amongst creators. You're amongst book enthusiasts. It is okay to talk about yourself. It is okay to share your love of books and your love of blogging, Instagramming, filming videos with other people who are typically there doing the same thing. BookExpo, that's a networking opportunity. So yes, you want to self-promote if you are able to, whether it's through business cards or just going up to different booths and introducing yourself, or learning more about different publishing companies and organizations, and just engaging with people on the new releases. Go talk to librarians and see what, the word on the librarian streets is. It's do what feels comfortable for you. I am very good at navigating social spaces. I'm very okay with not talking if I don't want to talk, and talking if I wish to speak. That's just how I am. But you'll have to figure out what works best for you and how you communicate with people. But yes, absolutely engage. I wouldn't say self-promo. Don't promote yourself just to promote yourself. Like, making an organic experience. It really is about building a community and networking and just celebrating the love of books, for sure. Can I make friends at the con? Yes, absolutely. You can totally make friends at the con. I mean, people do it every single year. Like, just make sure you follow each other on Twitter, on Instagram, on, YouTube, whatever, and just go from there. And then, what is the best and worst part of it? The people. For me, that's the answer to both questions. The best part is the people. The worst part is the people. I don't like crowds. Hate crowds. Can't stand them. But I love being amongst a community that is passionate about the same things I'm passionate about. So you just kind of have to know when to have grace with yourself and when to, push yourself a little bit. You have to set boundaries, I think. This is from Latia Kiera Smith. Can you upload a full video of your panel? Check the down bar. Link should be down there. If it's not down there, it's literally the video before this one. So it is up, girl. I got you. I got you. Is it difficult to receive media press passes for BEA and BookCon? If you're a booktuber or a book blogger, what are the criteria? It's a question that I just kind of referenced. I'm not sure. Is it difficult? Some people might say yes. Some people might say no. Me, I've only done it once and I got it, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it's difficult because you don't know what the criteria is. I really do. I think it's I don't know. It's hard. It really is. I hate not being able to answer this question, but this is the one question I really can't even begin to tell you because I don't even know. From @Paradise Aflame. How are you made aware of the arcs that are dropping? What arcs will be available? When I did research, I couldn't find anything about this. Following brands, following publishing houses, following authors on social media. A lot of times they will drop that stuff and tell you who, what, when, where, how. Following BEA and BookCon on social media, they will tell you things. It's really just about keeping your thumb on the pulse of the social medias, signing up for the mailing list, things like that. Just even word of mouth amongst the community. I purposely don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff because it stresses me out if I do. But there are ways, definitely. Just making sure that you just pay attention to the organizations involved, or that will be organizations that will be attending the event. This is from Mackenzie Staley. Would you prefer it over other book events? It meaning BA or BookExpo and BookCon. They're different. I've done some book events in Nashville. I've done BookNet Fest. I haven't done Y'all Fest or Y'all West yet. I've done an event called UtopiaCon for several years. I used to do, what's the romance one? That happened and used to go to, I can't remember, RT convention. I used to do that. They're all different. They're just all different. I loved them all for different reasons. I don't necessarily think anything is better or worse. Holistically, I do think some things may be better, some things may be worse, but I really do enjoy going to BookExpo and BookCon. I wouldn't pay the money that I pay to fly there every year or, stay in a hotel or whatnot every year if I didn't enjoy going. I don't waste money like that, So I do, there is value for it, or value in it, in my opinion, and through my experience. So I do plan on going back next year as well because I enjoy going. I really do. This is from Ghost Reads 28. Ghost Reader. Okay. Would you like to do another panel next year? And what would the topic be? Yes, I would like to do another panel next year. I am technically greenlit to do another panel next year as of the last conversation I had with the BookCon people. But I'm not gonna say it's 100% on because we have a year. But I have been invited back, but I have no idea what the topic would be. It's hard for me to think that far in advance because I like to let the community just evolve and experience things over the next year, and I kind of let my thoughts and my ideas kind of flow from that. So yes, I would like to do a panel. Again, I have no idea what topic though. Last question, and this is from Hawa Writes. What are things one should prepare for before attending BookCon, Book Expo? Things you wish you knew ahead of time. Just from my personal experience, I got too many books last year, over 20, and didn't even get around to reading all of them. I had to give them away to friends. This year, I significantly lowered the expectation I have for myself, and I ended up walking away with 3-4 books. 2 were for other people, or 3 books, 2 were for other people. I just went to enjoy myself. I asked myself what I wanted to get out of it this year, and that is what I focused on. I wanted to get deeper involved in my community. I wanted to connect more with my friends and the community. I wanted to dissect the health of the community and the future of the community. I wanted to just be amongst the people within the book industry and just be present. And I gave myself permission to walk away if I was overwhelmed. I gave myself permission to say no to things if I didn't want to do something. I gave myself permission to be by myself if I wanted to do that. And I think that's what you should prepare for. I think you should prepare to have boundaries, and I think you should prepare to be exposed to people that while you watch them on social medias, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, whatever, be prepared for them not to necessarily be like who you thought they would be, whether that's good or bad. If there's a lesson that I know a lot of people learned this year, is that people that you gel with on social media may not be people that you vibe with in real life, in person, and that's okay. Not everybody is meant to be friends within the community, but we are meant to respect each other and have compassion and treat people with human decency. I think there should be an expectation that sometimes things don't go the way that you envision when you meet people. And I think, while that sometimes sucks, I think it's a realistic thing to prepare yourself for. And then things I wish I knew ahead of time. Nothing really. I don't like to plan. That's what I wish. I wish I knew I didn't need to plan. I'm better and happier when I do not plan my experience at Book Expo and BookCon. That's it. So those were the questions that I was asked on Twitter, and I had fun answering those. I really thank you guys for having those questions and for asking them. I had a blast, but also I could definitely film another video just talking about my experience this year from Book Expo and BookCon. So let me know in the comments if you want me to film that, because I would happily do it. And then if there's anything else you want to see from me content-wise, just comment down below. I am not a creative person like that, so I kind of like steal ideas from you guys, borrow ideas from you guys, because but yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, thanks for your support. If this is your first time seeing a video that I've posted, welcome to my channel. I am almost at 9,000 subscribers. If you guys get me to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, like, does that mean I have to upload more? Like, what should I do if I reach 10,000? Like, I've never anticipated reaching 10,000. So, oh no. I'm not gonna think about that too much. But yeah, so hi. My name is Christina Marie. Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below just chat amongst each other. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.